Hello everyone and welcome back to another video with CryptoNinjas. My name is Dale, your guide through this vast crypto universe. So we just had a video on Aster where we battle some of the fuzz going on X. So if you want to watch that, please click the link up here on the top right. But today I want to update you on some of the more recent news. For example, CZ shielding Aster even more, whales besides CZ buying Aster about millions of dollars, and an Aster plans on buying back its token happening right now on chain, as well as some of the data that compare Aster to Hyperliquid. But before we get into the video, make sure to use our Binance referral code for 20% off of your trading fees and up to $100 in new user bonus. Thank you very much. Here we go. This is our first bullish news of today, where CZ once again confirming that he is buying more Aster than the day before. So if you don't know, CZ actually on November 2nd, he said that for full disclosure, he just bought some Aster today, about $2 million worth. If you look at the Aster available tokens right here, about 2 million tokens at the time of speaking, it's about $2 million. But then the intern from Aster, they posted this post right showing the latest updates about Aster, and very coincidentally, the balance is similar right in numbers to the amount of Aster that CZ holds. So people speculate that it was at CZ behind this account and posting it, but it was actually not true. The intern of Aster was just being funny. And CZ actually came online and addressed it and said that funny intern, my account has more than that. From the next day, I aped more. This man has never been this bullish about any tokens besides BNB and Bitcoin. He publicly once again admitted that he was buying more Aster in his account, all right, has more than that from the next day. So that means he could be buying more than $2 million, could be three, could be four, could be $5 million worth of Aster that CZ holds right now. Who knows, right? But he's a billionaire. He has a lot of money. He's the most influential man in crypto. So the fact that he'd be posting about Aster multiple times and said that he's aping more and more in Aster dips, then that shows something, man. That shows that Aster has real potential, and that man really, really is a man of his word, and he's buying into the things that he supports, right? So check out Aster right now. This is such a bullish news. Now, besides CZ buying millions dollars worth of Aster, Nansen also posted that Aster has entered its next act on BNB chain after CZ's $2 million flex. Matrixport just added 2.8 million tokens, while retail still waiting for a dip that may never come. Right, so who is Matrixport? Now, Matrixport, if you look at crypto ranked, by the way, it is a digital asset financial services platform where users can invest, trade, and leverage crypto assets. Now, it might not seem like anything special, right? But if you look at down here, they actually raised an insane amount of about $100 million, right, with a valuation of about $1 billion dollars from the top VCs like DST, Polychain, Dragonfly, C Ventures, CMT Digital, K3 Ventures. So definitely Matrixport is someone or some entity has a pool of massive, strong pool power, right? And they decided to buy about $2.8 million worth of Aster token at the time of this post, I believe, but it's probably like $3 million right now. So it's crazy to see large entities being adopting Aster at the moment. I think more and more big players, whales, and entities, companies, they are going to keep on adding Aster into their portfolio, and this is just a start. Moving on to another news that I think is the most bullish of all is that Aster has a buyback and burn program. Aster has brought back about 13.6 million tokens in the last 5 days. This brings the total number of Aster tokens bought back since the Season 3 buyback to 29.5 million Aster tokens. The average daily buyback of Aster tokens is about 3.2 million tokens per day. And you can actually check this on BSC scan, on chain. Everything is very transparent. So if you want to, know what this wallet is, it's basically the Aster buyback, wallet. So if you don't know what it is, just, search on BSC scan as Aster, buyback, and it will show you this wallet right here. Maybe I have to, do this. Here we go, Aster buyback. And if you look at the second wallet, which is the wallet I'm looking right now, click on the token transfer, and you're going to see that every single minute, look at that, right? 23 minutes, 21 minutes ago, 19 minutes, 16 minutes, every 2 to 3 to 1 minute, right? Aster team is buying back tokens on open market. And every time they're buying back, it's worth around $5,000. Actually, about $5,000 of stable coins being bought back to Aster every single minute. It is absolutely bullish that they are buying back this token. And if they incorporate a burn program, that's going to be insane because that's going to reduce the token supply. Once again, pushing the price up, maybe to even, who knows, man, $5, $10, in 2026, 2027. And just give it time and believe in the project. Next is another bullish news for Aster. Now, as a disclaimer, I am not, flooding Hyperliquid. I'm not hating on Hyperliquid, but competition is actually healthy for the market and for the users as well. So just want to bring this comparison, to you guys for watching and just to do your research and whatever. This is not a hate, video and whatnot. But if you look at the today's metric, by the way, this is on November 7th, which is the day that I'm making this video. The perps Aster volume is about 9 billion. Compared to Hyperliquid, which is 11 billion. So Aster is actually about 82% of Hyperliquids right now. So Aster has only been live for 52 days. And, Aster has taken up about 82% of Hyperliquid's volume. So now again, you might be saying that, this is not a real volume, it might be fake volume, but I cannot, guarantees, I cannot confirm or deny, if this volume is right or wrong, is, manipulated or not. But from what I've seen, Aster volume is right now very close ties to Hyperliquid. So it shows very strong sign of Aster and its growth potential. And then for the spot market, Aster is actually surpassing Hyperliquid about 287,000 compared to Hyperliquid of only 270,000. Now, obviously, if you're trading on Hyperliquid or Aster in that regards, you are not really buying and selling spot. It's mainly focused on perp dexes. So, this number might not mean anything because, it's too small at the end of the day. It's just like a few $100,000. Who cares, right? But it's still showing signs that, Aster has something that Hyperliquid may be lacking. So it's I don't want to say better, but it's surpassing Hyperliquid in a way, right? So they're doing something wrong and the growth is very nice. And then when it comes to the fees, Aster is about $1.6 million compared to Hyperliquid at about $2.2 million. So about 70% of Hyperliquid's in terms of fee. So yeah, Aster once again is showing very good sign of a very strong competitor to Hyperliquid at the moment, where the fees are very close to Hyperliquid. However, there's also another thing that Aster is really bad compared to Hyperliquid, and that is the open interest. Now, again, if you don't know what open interest is, you can Google it. But basically, it shows the entire existing open short and long positions with leverage on both exchanges. So Aster is only about 2.5 billion at the moment compared to Hyperliquid about 7.3, so only about 35% of Hyperliquid. Now the higher the open interest, the deeper the liquidity, the tighter the spreads, the less slippage, right? So Hyperliquid definitely has Aster beat in this regard, but I'm sure in the future when Aster improves in its user experience on the exchange and everything, this number and this percentage will raise exponentially more, right? And then the final stat is 30% of the entire perp market share belongs to Aster. Very bullish news. Hyperliquid is still the top G, right? Still the biggest, but I feel like Aster is up there, right? It's definitely a strong contender, and I'm very excited to see what CZ has to offer and the Aster team has to offer in the upcoming year. Lastly, I want to share you my price prediction or price speculation on Aster token in the upcoming months. All right, so yeah, look at this. The price of Aster has been forming a very nice dip, trend lines, past couple of days. And yeah, it's now reversing up to about $1, $1.1 actually. And the last peak was $1.27 when CZ posted about buying it. I think that depending on the market situation from now to at the end of the year, which I think is going to be bullish. And all of the good signs are there. I think we're going to recover at the end of 2025. Maybe not to the all-time high, but hopefully going back when it comes to Bitcoin, going back to like the $110,000 range, maybe even going up to like $120,000. That's my hope, right? And when that happens, I think Aster token has a real fight ahead, right? And a huge upside ahead. So I personally expect that Aster token will go back to like $1.8 in the upcoming months, at least at the end of 2025, by December. Obviously, it's a little bit of a bullish, momentum for Aster. Some might say that it's going to go up to like 1.5 or $1.6 to the last support or resistance range. But I think it's going to break through that pretty easily in the past last months of 2025 and heading towards $1.8. And yeah, if you want to purchase Aster token now, again, you should have done that a couple of days ago when it was like below $1. I think below $1 is an absolutely good price to purchase Aster token at. So if it dips below $1, I'm gonna keep on buying, right? But right now it's at $1.08. I still think that it's an okay price to buy because if you look at the frame of things, it's not really dip. It's not really that high. It's still at a relatively low range. $1, $1.1, right? So you can still stack some up, but preferably if you see Aster below $1, I think that would be a better range to buy. And if it goes down to like 0.7 at the end of year and it's not as bullish as I want it to be, again, I'm not afraid because here's a mindset that you need to have. If your favorite project, crypto tokens or stocks or whatever it is, dips, what would you do? Well, you should be happy to be purchasing them at an low price, right? You shouldn't be afraid. That's the investing mindset that you need to have. If you love a project so much, if you think that it's going to be successful in the future, if you get to buy it at a discounted price, you should be happy rather than sad, right? The same thing can be said with Bitcoin, right? If Bitcoin price go down to like the range that people said like $90,000 or $80,000 or $70,000, should you be afraid? No, you should be happy to be able to purchase Bitcoin at those prices because at the end of the day, eventually Bitcoin will go up and break the all-time highs. It might be years in the futures, whatever it is, but it will break the all-time high and go up to $200,000, for example, right? So the lower you can buy Bitcoin, the better. So again, same thing about Aster, BNB, or whatever projects that you believe in. The lower price you can buy them, the better you should feel. All right. But however, you should do your research as always. This is not financial advice. And if you're a fan of Aster, then yeah, you might consider DCA. And that's my Aster updates for today. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe to Crypto Ninjas for more Aster updates. I'm gonna make sure to do this video once like every week or once every few days. As soon as we have some bullish news regarding Aster or some FUDs around it, I would love to address it. So yeah, this channel is Aster Maxi. Please comment down below if you are an Aster Maxi as well. And I'll see you in another video. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. Daily out.